John, could you please explain to people who for some reason don't know why you're involved in the Fan Academy, what exactly is your role in this stunt?
Well, my role, I wouldn't necessarily call it a stunt because I think it's important in our sport. It's a great sport, but I think at times we don't take advantage of what we could do, especially in a team competition where crowd involvement would be hoped for by the players. And I think too often we have too many fans that sit sort of on their hands and watch the action and appreciate it, but aren't that involved. And I think deep down they want to get involved. I see when fans are at football games here, they're singing and screaming and going nuts, and oftentimes there's barely any scoring. So I'm thinking, we got this sport where a lot's going on, and there's players out there by themselves that they really could use some support and some energy. And so the whole idea behind this campaign was to sort of think outside the box and for ways that would encourage fans to get more involved, and then subsequently I think that the players would feed off that and enjoy that and rise to the occasion and be better off, and maybe it would start to become more of maybe habit forming, and you'd see it more in other tournaments, not just where you're representing your country or events where a sponsor decided to set something up, and that it would become more sort of natural, and that sort of it would help the sport in the long run.
Do you want to see more anarchy in the crowd?
I don't know about anarchy. I'm not suggesting anarchy. I'm suggesting that passion and some fun, but also involvement, because I think ultimately even when, or this is me personally, but I would prefer a fan to root against me or with my opponent than just sit there and do nothing at all, because I think it inspired me and it would make me try harder and want to win more to prove to them that I could handle that and still do it. So I think as long as it's done in respectful, I don't think anyone's suggesting we do something disrespectful. It's more like we're looking for a win-win where like crowd's involvement is going to help both players.
Is it tough to not cross that fine line of not yelling out between a first and a second serve, or because when you get too into it, sometimes you don't control it?
Well, nobody's perfect. I'm living proof of that, and I think that...
Can't let you say that, sorry.
Well, you can cut that out. At times, people will cross a line, but I think that sometimes it's better to try and fail to a degree than not try at all. So you'll see some of that, and the player's job is to deal with it. And Novak Djokovic did a fantastic job handling it when he played Roger Federer. It was like a Davis Cup match for Federer, and yet he rose to the occasion. Some of that was going on, and he bit his lip, and he dealt with it, and he's going to be extremely proud of how well he handled it in the future. So I think that it's inevitable, because people get excited, that they would want to be involved, and it's understandable. So the player has to understand that. It's easy for me to say now, because I didn't understand it too well at the time.
So this leads me to my last question. Would you have liked to see something like this in your time, which was not such a long time ago, by the way, but to see fans be pushed to making even more noise?
Well, I think that I think fans were pretty involved in my time. It was an exciting time, so I'm very proud of that. And yes, maybe there's a little pushing going on, but ultimately, hopefully, it's not going to be sponsors having to push fans. It's going to become more natural. It's going to be part of our sport, and I think that it's going to help us in the long run.
Okay, thanks a lot, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.